Hi everyone, it's Ben here from Somerset Foodie. We're here in our road HQ cooking a fantastic Indian biryani. So a biryani is a little bit like a risotto. It's a rice-based curry. So being rice-based, the thing that is absolutely critical is to get yourself some really good rice. So we're using today our Dr. Nature basmati rice, which has been aged brilliantly in chilled vats, and it absolutely performs brilliantly. If you try and buy cheap rice, you'll end up with something that's a bit sticky and horrible. What we want from a biryani is a brilliantly light, fluffy, full of flavour, vibrant dish. So that's the rice, and then the biryani paste. So this has got everything in it that you need, all the kind of spices and the different flavours to create yourself a fantastic biryani. And then we're just going to do a vegetarian biryani today. So we've got a cauliflower, we've got a few sweet potatoes, a few onions, really not many ingredients at all. So this is a really simple kind of bang it out. You can do this midweek and it's going to taste amazing. Really important step is to wash the rice off really thoroughly in a sieve under cold water, and then put it in a bowl, cover it with cold water and just let it soak. So the first thing to do with really any Indian dish that I know of is to start cooking your onions down. So we've got a couple of onions here, and we're just going to finely dice them up, and then they're going to get cooked in a pan for about 10 minutes. So, okay, so onions chopped. Just going to get a pan on the heat. Now, I always fry with using cold pressed rapeseed oil. So if you put olive oil, I'm the biggest fan of olive oil, I love it. If you put olive oil anywhere near heat, you've kind of destroyed it. The beauty about using rapeseed oil is that you don't break the integrity of the oil down. So you keep that natural goodness, all those omega-3, omega-6s, and it's much healthier. So we're just going to get the onions into our pot. This is the pot that we're going to cook the whole biryani in, and that's eventually going to go in the oven. So you need a kind of nice big pot, and we'll get these onions cooking down. So whilst those onions are cooking down, we're just going to start prepping up our vegetables. So sweet potatoes, so just peel them and chop them into nice little kind of medium-sized chunks, I'd say. So we're going to also use a cauliflower. So I'm just going to chop all those outside leaves off. So I'm just going to get these little florets into little pieces, and we're going to roast these vegetables off for about 15 minutes in a really hot oven. So get the oven really hot. So just drizzle a little bit more rapeseed oil over these vegetables, and then just give them a little squish of salt. Then just get your hands in there and give them a good rub around, just to get all the oil coated on those vegetables. And then straight in the oven. If you look at these onions now, they're just beginning to get a little bit of nice colour on them. They've been doing their thing for about 10 minutes. In with the biryani paste. So I'm going to use about 4 tablespoons of this. We're going to do this for 4. So it's about a tablespoon per person, which is about 30 grams. So we're now just going to mix that through and cook that down for another 5 minutes. The cauliflower and the sweet potatoes been in for about 15 minutes. So you just want to get a nice little bit of charring on the cauliflower. So the spice mix has just been simmering away in the pan with those onions for about 5 minutes. We can just tip in the roasted cauliflower and sweet potato into the pan, and then we can just give that a little mix through with all those spices. I've just drained the rice, and then that can just tip straight in with my cauliflower and sweet potato, and I can give that a nice mix through again. So once that rice has just nicely combined with all those beautiful spices, it smells amazing. This is one of the important bits, okay, is to get the right proportion of rice and liquid, because that's going to cook in that pot, in that oven. So I put 400 gram of rice in, and I've got 900 mil of veg stock. So that's going to go in, and then we're just going to stir that around. So lid on, and into the oven. Now I'm going to say 20 minutes to half an hour. People's ovens will vary a little bit, the pot you cook it in will vary a little bit. What you're looking for is all that liquid to be absorbed by the rice and the rice to be cooked perfectly. So I'm going to probably check that in about 20 minutes and see how we're getting on. Okay, so we've got the biryanis in the oven. We've got a little bit of time now just to finish off a few of the garnishes. So we're going to garnish this up with cashew nuts. They're absolutely delicious. And what I'm going to do, they've just gone into a dry pan. So I've got a hot pan, and we're literally just going to toast them in that dry pan. Okay, so those cashew nuts have just roasted nicely. We're going to serve the biryani with just a couple of little garnishes. Most Indian meals that you get, you very rarely get one dish on the table. So we've got probably what is the closest to a Indian salad, which is known as kachumber, and it literally just cucumber, tomato, and red onion. We'll just finish that with a little bit of lime juice, just to give you a bit of acid. We've also just made some raita here. So this is just yogurt, cucumber, red onion. Okay, so this has been in the oven now for about half an hour. And then what you're looking for is all that stock to have been absorbed and the rice just to be nice and soft. Now it's a really good idea now just to leave the lid on and let that sit and rest for about 5 minutes before you come to eat it. So we can now just finish off our little salad with a really good squeeze of lime. The biryani has been resting nicely for about 5 minutes. Time to get ready. So let's get a nice scoop of the rice onto the plate, and then we're going to scatter it with some of those roasted cashew nuts that we had earlier, and then just garnish it up a little bit with a nice scoop of the raita. Let's sprinkle over some fresh coriander as well, and let's have a spoon of the salad, the kachumber salad that we made, on the side. And then a big up for our friend Lucy, who is Lucy of the Pockridge Pantry, who makes absolutely fantastic chutneys, jams, pickles. So she's a little entrepreneurial chutney maker about 5 miles away, and we're using this spice squash and apple chutney. You know, chutney was invented by the Indians. You don't have to just stick with a mango chutney. Any chutney is brilliant, and this gives you a nice little bit of variety. So there we have it. Our cauliflower and sweet potato biryani with raita and kachumber salad. All the ingredients that you need are on our website, somersetfoodie.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.